quick story time. So, there was a time when I moved from Washington State to California, and then I went back to Washington State, and then I went back to California. And when I went back to California the second time, I was in the city of the middle of downtown Fullerton. An SUV at that crashes into the furniture store across the street from where we're staying. What was that? All of us, roommates, friends, strangers, everyone in the house runs outside. Who is outside? Nobody. The car is empty. There's a car in the building of the furniture store. Cars, police, everywhere. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. People just on the sidewalk where they don't know who the traffic is. People just walking down the street. Police busted. They turned the lights on. Who's the guy? I didn't know. He says they respect us for not trying to get him up. But his name. The bald man. MS-13 tattoo on his scalp. They arrest us. They don't know what was reporters. Conclusion of this story? Do not go outside at 3 in the morning when you hear a loud bang. Just stay outside.
So part 2. Well, kind of previous, like the prequel to my part 1, I guess you could say. So before I moved back the second time to California, I was going to school. In that school, I had taken a class that had talked about South America and North American politics, as well as the train that many people ride in order to get through different countries and how dangerous it is. I actually read a book from the perspective of, I believe it was a kid or a kid and his sister, something like that, where they had to travel from one part to another. And it was based on a true story. And it just highlighted how difficult, dangerous, and desperate it is to be on that and necessary for those people. And then in another class, and it's all kind of complements each other, because who knew, I can't remember the name of the class, maybe an English class, that the book that I was supposed to read in the English class would pertain so much to a specific history class later on. But a class I had taken, we had talked about MS-13 gangs, and how talked about a case where a young woman had been initiated into the gang, and she was pregnant. And I don't know, I can't remember all the details of the story, but what I do know is she was pregnant, and they had felt like she had betrayed them as a gang. And what they were planning on doing, and actually executed in doing, was, and I believe this is a famous case in this story, that's why we talked about it, they actually murdered her in like a very torturous way in the name of the game. And so that kind of heinous behavior, and it kind of sent, when you hear something you never heard before and it just like sends a chill down your spine. That's what really happened for me. And knowing that before this happened was kind of like whoa, that just happened. The class I took after that was Chicano Studies, and it's so interesting to hear the details of what Chicano is. It's kind of like saying black for just people of Latin heritage, or similar, but from a perspective that is like so kind of like just slightly different. It's been very, very reassuring that life goes on. And the main thing I would say about Chicano Studies is the reaction, the reality, and the emphasis on queer and women's safety, because it is acknowledged that in cultures of Latin heritage, traditionally speaking, they are not protected. And so this is a very passionate thing for me, because I think that's why I relate so much to strangers. When you see someone that has that understanding, it's refreshing.